Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Up with Chris. Going for a head shave. I've just finished work last night. I've got one more shift to go before I go on annual leave for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to knock a head shave. As you can see, I'm looking a little bit on the scruffy side. So let's get it knocked on the head, literally. I'm going to be using head slick from Headblade. Now I'm going to be mixing this up. I'll be using my Karve razor today and the Headblade to finish off, just to see how we go with it. Now I'm using the same Kai blade I've been using for my face shaves. So let's just see how it goes. Or will I? Will I? Yeah, I will. That's really heavy growth, so it'll give me a good idea how good this C plate is on the Karve. So I'm going to wet my head. This is a completely zero prep head shave. I just thought I'm going to shave it off and came in the bathroom. Right. So here is the shaving cream. I'm just going to rub that on my hands like so, and then onto the head. Right, I'm just going to excess off my hands. Now what's on my head right now is actually good enough to shave with. It's excellent, excellent cream. But I'm going to lather it up with this little bad boy. This is a chubby style handle, Manchester United brush, made by Frilot, and it's got a 24mm game changer knob, set just ever so slightly too low for my liking, but it's not too low that it's unusable. It's just probably a little bit low for a chubby style handle. So here we go. Now this cream makes one of the best lathers for a cream. It makes a really voluminous, creamy, rich lather. So I'll just keep adding water in there until we get to where it needs to be. Now because my hair is quite long, I do find it harder to get a voluminous lather. But if I can get some sort of lather going on, it lets you see how good this cream really is. Yeah, just really struggling to build it. For some reason, when you've got longer hair in your head, it's really hard to build a really luxurious lather. Let's see if I just add a little bit more cream just into the brush. I might not have got enough cream on my head to begin with, because I applied it with my hands and then pretty much washed all the excess off my fingers. That might have not been enough cream. So I've just added a little touch, about half the size of an almond, into the middle of the brush. And let's see what the difference is. I can already feel the difference. Yeah, that's better. Very nice menthol hit from this stuff as well. It is mentholated. It's just enough that you feel it, but not too much that it's uncomfortable. So it's not been the best showcase of the lather today, but that's mainly due to the fact that my hair is so long just now. You know, long by a bald guy's standards, that is. But you can see the brush is pretty well loaded there. Very small knot as well. Okay, so Karve razor. This is the 7th use on the Kai blade. C plate, 0.85 blade gap. And let's just see how it feels, or how it does. So as you can see there, it's done a pretty good job. of knocking that down with just one pull. That now has pretty much no hair left now. It's right down to the skin. The Karve blade feels super smooth. Oh yeah, really smooth. And as you can see, it's literally smashing that down to nothing. I'm just going to do one pass with the Karve. Wow, that feels amazing. It feels amazing, but it's surprisingly efficient. You can see how much that's knocking that down. I mean, that's right down to the skin, so the Karve, incredible. This is actually really surprising me. I've sort of struggled, to be honest, with this razor on my head, trying to get a close shave with it. But this is ploughing through. Wow. I'm absolutely amazed. I've got about, I think probably 7 or 8 days growth, maybe longer. Can't honestly remember the last time I shaved my head. Look at that. It's just literally peeling the hair off. You can see how the lather is pretty voluminous for what it is, even though it didn't make the best of lathers today. As you can see there. I honestly believe I could finish this shave off today with a Karve. And get a bloody damn close shave. But I'm gonna finish it off with the head blade, so I'm not messing about in case I am. But that has taken down, as you can see, the majority of hair. There's not much left on there. The sink is chocolate spray. Now, I wouldn't normally lather again using the head blade, but I'll just chuck a little bit on since I've got some in the brush. I don't need a lot. The slickness on this cream's amazing, so you only need a light coverage when you're using the head blade razor. So there we go. And we'll be using the S3 Moto, which is the stainless version of the Moto, which I absolutely love. Good bit of weight to this one. 3-blade cartridge made by Dorco, and all the blades that head blade offer you are actually Dorco made cartridges, I believe, at the moment. I don't think they make their own, but they're great cartridges. The 4-blade cartridge for me is the best, but these little 3 blades are actually pretty damn good, and they've got great longevity on them. They last a long time. think on both of these cartridges, I've got one in this razor and I've got one in my plastic razor, plastic S3 Moto, or plastic Moto. Have both got 10 plus shaves on them, and both still feel brilliant. Now, I'm by no means ambidextrous, but you can flip this straight onto your left hand and use it straight away. There's no learning curve really from it. There is certain parts I just use the right hand for just because it's easier, like the sidebar here. I just love with this razor how you don't have to be precise with it. You can just throw it around and generally it gets everything. Just a little bit there. Where is it? Right there. That's it. BBS, boom, everywhere. Pretty much no irritation, no messing about. There you have it. Another BBS head shave. Wow, stunning. Just put a little bit of witch hazel on. I'll go for a bit of medicated again. I love the scent of the medicated. Pure clove. And there we have it. What a shave. Head slick, absolutely beautiful cream, really good stuff. Made in America, very good ingredients list, and it just works an absolute treat. I normally just rub it on and use the head blade or the razor. I just thought I'd give it a little bit of a lather today, and it did alright. The brush probably didn't help much. The loft on the brush is just ever so slightly too small. The brush today was the Frilot Custom Manchester United brush. Absolutely beautiful little brush. The razor for the start was the Karve razor, Kai blade on its 7th use, and it was freaking superb. Knocked that whole heavy growth down in one pass pretty much, and just let me touch up the rest with the S3 Moto, which for me is the best head shaving razor on the planet. If you haven't got one, get one. Simple as that. Save yourself the hassle of having to shave with a DE razor or anything all the time. and just grab one. You don't have to use it all the time, just have it there for that quick shave. It's done. Thea's medicated witch hazel. Beautiful shave. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. I'm looking forward to my face shave today, and then 2 weeks annual leave. Stay safe, drive safe. Don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys in the next shave. Cheers.